In this video, we show changing the embroidery foot to a sewing foot. You have to do this whenever you change this machine to its sewing mode and sewing table. You must have the sewing foot with it. Or if you go to the embroidery table, you have to put the embroidery foot right back. So first we will show the embroidery foot coming off and being changed with the sewing foot, and then we'll put it back. I know this looks a little confusing, but we will show another angle of this, and it doesn't look very confusing when you do it. Okay, so the first thing you do is you lift up the pressure foot to the top by pulling it up. Down is when it's ready to sew or embroider, and up is to do maintenance with it. So move it up. Also, use the wheel that controls the main shaft on the back of the machine, and make sure your needle is all the way up, or at least higher than the bottom of the foot. So changing out this is actually pretty easy once you do those steps, because it's just a single screw here which holds everything on. So what we're going to do is loosen this enough and then this will come right off. It's just a single screw which holds everything. And switch over to the sewing foot here. And again, he has a slot here which this screw will hold on to. You can see this. So let me put the slot under there. I will show another angle, and then tighten it, and then there you go. That was very quick and painless. You must tighten this screw pretty well, because if it falls off, that will do bad things. Okay, let me take this back off by loosening the screw. Move that off, and put the embroidery foot back on. And again, this needs to be up, and you need to rotate the main shaft until the needle is at its highest position. So this is the slot for the screw. It's on the side, so the slot has to be on the side. So let's put it in there. You will notice that it has this thing hanging over, so this is higher than this thing when you put it on. Anyways, do the same thing. We tighten it up, and again, make sure it's very tight. So that it can sew safely. And that was it for changing out the head that holds sewing feet versus the embroidery foot. And let me move to a different angle so you can see this again. Okay, here I will demonstrate taking off the embroidery foot again, switching it with the sewing foot, and then switching back. So again, there is the switch here to put the pressure foot in its ready position versus up, which is its maintenance position. Make sure it's up, and again, use the wheel on the back of the machine to make sure your needle is all the way up. Once you do this, then you just use a screwdriver to loosen this one screw enough so that this can come right off. And then the sewing foot here, he will slide onto that, like so. And again, be sure you screw this on tight so it doesn't fall off during operation. There you go, and this is one of the sewing feet. Now to switch it back, let's just take this one screw off, or loosen. Put this on. This must wrap around there. It has to go on the other side. And wrap around it like so. Then you tighten. To get this on and off, you have to untighten the screw a lot and tighten it a lot. And be sure it's strong. And there you go. We went from embroidery needle, embroidery pressure foot to the sewing foot, and then back to it.